the conversation. Like all the and then they're going to
Yeah, so you just basically go from one judge to the next, and you have to create a vast and it's really a conversation they're having with them. And there is that amount of time, I believe it's 7 minutes, 30 seconds.
Yeah, so there's these two judges, I guess, and then like us two, if they're conversation,
A good tip for this round is to get as many judges as possible. If you spend all your time with one judge, then you get 20, but if you spend it with all the judges getting 10, you get a lot more points from that.
Yeah, for a lot of like strategies. I remember about to last year, we had to go through this round, and I remember you have to know how to take a conversation, which can be hard, but on the right side,
Yeah.
Listen,
So I cut it off, but still.
Welcome everyone. Thank you for being here. A big thanks to Leader Law for being here with us in that partnership. Thanks so much to our students and to us. So let's begin with prayer. In the name of the Father, and the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. With grateful hearts, we come before you as these 12 students prepare to take on the challenge of the Amazing Angel Shape competition. Bless them with confidence, wisdom, and grace as they engage with others, leaving a positive and lasting impression. Grant them steady minds, clear voices, and the ability to listen with empathy and respond with kindness. May they be a light to those around them, demonstrating humility, perseverance, and integrity in every interaction. Help them to trust in the unique gifts you have given them, using their skills to inspire and uplift others. No matter the result, experience shape them into strong, faithful leaders. Praise be to the word. So I do want to say that we are grateful that Jay is making it possible for 2 of these students to have a $500 registration fee paid for and a $500 travel voucher awarded as well. To participate in the local Amazing Shape program in March this year in Dublin. So we all know that strong impression and with voice. So we want to make sure at IWA we are really educating the whole child and making sure that they have the skills to really thrive in today's world and whenever they thrive to. This competition emphasizes manners, discipline, respect, professional conduct, soul, empathy, compassion, and everything else that we want the very best of people to shine. Yesterday they went through the gauntlet. They had 10 stations that they went through. It was a lot of fun. We had nearly 50 students do it, and only 22 were able, well, actually 24, advanced from that round. And then they went from first impressions, so a series of round robin interviews with questions that went from current events to controversial food topics. So that really showcased their one-on-one interview skills. Today we have 8 that will advance from this round. Those are the freshmen. Then the final showdown will be the final 4. The heat is on. It'll be a live broadcast interview where and the top 2 will advance like mentioned. So again, thank you for your call and for so just an instruction to students. You will be working this room. So how you choose to do that? We've got 2 round instructions. If you look behind me, there's 17 minutes and 30 seconds on that TV. So you can look at it if you want, or you can ignore it if you would like to. The first cycle, the first 6 that people stay, and we'll ask the second 6 to come back.
all of the best sides of you out. Keep in mind your nonverbal behavior, handshake, eye contact, and all the things that we've been working on, of course, memorability. You're free to move around the room as time allots. You'll have that time that I had mentioned. The judges, you have a number you'll be assigning their overall score from 1 to 20. So you can think that 20 is just exceptional. Anywhere around that range, 15 is still very good, 10 is good. So anywhere in between you can score. And I think that that's everything. Do we have any questions? No? Okay, well, let's go ahead and have our second cycle exit. And Ms. Karbowski, tell me when you're ready. Okay. And I think he's getting a running start here. And begin.
Hi everybody, so we have now began round 3, if you cannot tell. So our first group has gone in, and the people in our first group is Anissa Vasquez, Chapman Dodd, Evelyn James, Randall Martini, Robert Liam Garrett, and Zoe Garza. So these are the 6 competitors that are competing as of right now. And so there's a good mix of veterans and rookies, I would say, in this mix. Matthew, how do you think they're going to handle this situation?
Well, I definitely think it's a little different from how we did, because we had 24 minutes and 12 of us.
Yes.
So we had 2 minutes for each.
Yeah, it's crazy how it's already been like 2 minutes already.
Yes.
And so it just comes to show how you need to be able to end a conversation and be able to hold a good conversation. So yeah.
William moved on.
Hi, so we are back from the gauntlet, and it is really cool to see how the students are handling the situation, right, Matthew?
It is.
I mean, I've seen students who have stayed on the same judge, and right now we have 10 minutes, I believe, left, and so 7 minutes and 30 seconds have been gone by really quickly, and so it is really good for the students to be able to talk to judges. And now I see a couple of students, they do have a group of 2 with the judge, which is also good. Instead of waiting for a
Yeah.
judge to be open, there's
Approach a judge.
yes, that's
And
I
the
think
other
that's
person lets them in.
yeah, I think that's a really good strategy too.
Looks like we have one empty judge right now.
There's
but
an
that's
empty
okay.
judge, but that's okay because I believe Evelyn and Randall are at the same judge, but that's okay.
Yeah, so I think by this point they should be at judge 3 or 4. Some of them are still on their second, which is okay. But with the time, we have 9 minutes left, and by that time, it should probably, be wrapping up their second conversation.
Yeah, and of course, and I just think it's cool to see their different conversations because we can hear the conversations, and it is really good to see what they're saying and like how they can work the room and how they strategize. And so it's also fun to see their different strengths as well
is.
because you can see the confidence of one and like the bubbliness and the sincereness of the other. And so I think it's a really cool mix to have. Have you noticed anything else, Matthew?
I've just noticed that, like I said earlier, there are some people that are really going through this quickly, which is what I would have done last year, and then leave those last conversations a little longer. But some of them
Yeah.
are taking their time, which is also good.
It is great taking their time, and I also see some rookies, but also some veterans. They've working on strategies. I've seen some of the new contestants who haven't made it to this round or who didn't move on or who just haven't done the amazing shake, and they're getting the hang of it as well. So I like to see how they're interacting, and it looks like almost all of the judges have a student.
It does.
But yeah, it's great to see. It's great to see. So now we're gonna go back to the students and see how they're doing and how they're working this competition. Okay, so we are back, and there is about a minute and 30 seconds left, but it looks like our judges have been working the room. And so, is this because our students have been rushed and they were just trying to get to every single judge and they ran out? Or what do you think happened in this situation, Matthew?
I think that, like you said, they went out too fast a little bit. They might have
Yeah.
had some quicker conversations. Not in the beginning,
No,
but in
yeah.
the middle, I think. They had some quick conversations, but now they're left with, like, a minute left. And
Yeah.
it seems the judges are talking to each other.
I know, which is kind of cool to see the judges also working the room because the students are as well. But I think I'd love to see the students and how they're having conversations. I love seeing the hand movements. I think that's really fun to see how they express themselves with the judges.
Definitely.
Yeah, and I know the judges in the past have said that they want a good conversation with the students, but they don't want it to be rushed. And I hope they have a good experience with this. But anything else you've seen, Matthew?
I've just seen a lot of great, interactions from the students in terms of their hand gestures, their eye contact, their conversations. I've heard some of them. They've been really good.
I find it really good like how they're joining groups and it's not
Yes,
just like
It's not just one.
it's not just one student, it's just they're joining groups. And there's also a group of judges right here too. So we'll see
We'll
how
see
this
what
plays out. I know
We have about 30 seconds.
actually. Yeah, 30 seconds left. And the timer is going out. So they should be giving the judges their scorecards by now. And then we will move on to our group 2 people. So we'll see y'all then. All right, we are back and we are with our second group. And so the people in our second group, we have our different contestants, which would be
We have David Hinojosa, we have Bella Contreras, we have Jane David, Martin Centento, we have Reggie Garza, and Travis Brooks McDavid.
yeah. So we do have also a good mix. I feel like the different groups there were a mix of veterans and
Yes.
rookies. Now I know some of the contestants from the last round did not make it to all of the judges, and so
It'll be interesting to see how that plays out.
yeah, exactly. And each group has a great group of contestants. And
They do.
right now the judges after that second group they were saying how well they enjoyed the conversation with the kids. So that's a good sign, I would suppose. But let's see how it's going. It's 17 minutes and 30 seconds again, and we'll be back soon. So we are back, and this is with our second group of people. Now we've noticed a few things.
So we've noticed that this year, it seems like the contestants, they wait for each other to finish their conversation. And last year,
Exactly.
I feel like we all kind of joined each other's conversations. And even though we
Even-
would sit there and not talk, I feel like that's still better than just wandering around the room, you know?
Yeah, I feel like even like last group, they didn't do as much wandering.
Yeah,
But I'm glad that everybody has a judge right now.
yes.
We have 6 minutes and 50 seconds left, and so they should be getting to most of the judges.
Should
I
be
would
there
think
fourth
so.
or fifth right now.
Yeah,
Some even at their sixth, maybe.
but I see some good conversations going. It looks like they have good conversations. Just instead of wandering, they could have
They
gotten
can
to a
join each
judge.
other's, for
Yeah,
sure.
but maybe they'll surprise us and they'll start doing that.
Yeah,
But we'll be
we'll
back
have to
soon.
see.
Okay, so we are back. We have about a minute left, and we see that, like last round, our judges have also been working the room, which is also pretty cool to see. Any thoughts you've seen, Matthew? Thoughts you've had?
I mean, if the judges are having to work the room, I think it's the students that something about that because the students maybe they're not having enough time with them, or maybe the students don't want to visit a judge they've already talked to because they want to get the next score.
Yeah, as we
But-
mentioned before, we've seen some laundry, but I'm glad to see that there's some groups.
Yes.
I know we talked about it earlier how there wasn't that many groups, but I'm glad to see that there is some groups.
Yes, and I feel like if the judges they're only working the room because maybe the conversations weren't that long, which might be because they might have been rushing a little bit, which is fair because it's a time limit. But it looks like we have about 30 seconds left. Got to see what they're gonna do.
So we'll be back. After this round, the judges will be tallying with the results, and then we'll find out who makes it on to round 4. So yeah.
nationals or globals for like global competition at this point. They're going to be in a room with about 80 people. So it's going to be a lot of people that they would have to do a work with the room challenge in. So is there any feedback that anyone would like to share?
First of all, everybody did so great. Everybody keep the confidence level up. Even there's more people in the room, keep doing what you're doing. All of you had great things to say. All of you presented very well. I wish y'all the best of luck, but keep the confidence up. That's what we want to see. For those that walked all the way to the back where I deliberately stood, that's kind of keep that initiative. All of y'all have that. So don't be, I know some folks, when they were standing looking around, go jump in a conversation. I do it all the time. Whether people want me to or not, but I do it all the time. That would be my advice just for the whole, but great job.
Anything that you're at, but just remember to be authentic. Be your true self. I know sometimes the tendency, or you feel like you need to sort of be that business person, but everybody's going to understand who judges you, your age, and sort of, try to remember I'm only an 8th grader, and I want to be authentic as possible when I'm, talking to someone else, because that will really come through. So be professional, but be authentic.
I want to piggyback on that a little bit because y'all have great answers to where you want to be, what you want to do. So if you say you want to be a doctor, mechanical engineer, marine biologist, but you followed up with an authentic response. I watched my father, he always took me to the beach. I'm connecting with that on, okay, they know what they want to do, but also the authentic genuineness that comes across. Y'all do that great. Y'all all have personal stories to back it up, have that contact. Keep practicing, right? Because every other school's practicing. So don't take it as, at the end of it, take it as pause, keep practicing, keep working on it. To the extent that we can ever help practice, we're here for you guys. We love this just as much as y'all did. I'm sure y'all were more nervous than we were, but
I was pretty nervous.
y'all Oh, me too. But y'all performed fantastically, so be proud of yourselves today and then go back to, working on. If you really want to win this, you got this. You can do it. So, great job.
Thank you. Oh, sorry. I was just gonna say, have fun. You guys did a great job. You have the base for everything you're doing. So get out there and have fun. I think every judge wants you to succeed. And every judge you're gonna see at the next level wants you to succeed. They know that you're nervous. So like she said, go out there with that professional level. Have fun too. Make sure you smile. And you all did. But really have fun. And I remember when each one of you said you're gonna become someone, we end up right back here in Corpus. And you're gonna see you in our community.
And also forget that question. So, if anything happens, if y'all, by itself, just curiosity question, we're here to provide feedback, especially from you guys. Because we do want to see the future of Corpus and this community keep going. And we're here to help you do it.
You can be, because I was going to ask if you want to take a photo and how you wanted to. I heard you say that you wanted to take a photo, Catherine, and so how you would like to do that. So we always say that regardless of the outcome, it is really about strengthening that resilience and how doors close and we find a way to open them, or we find a way around them, or we have to build a new door. And so I think it's just about understanding that what you being here is enough and you working on this is enough. And this is your first time here, and others, this is not your first time. This is your second or third, or you've been to nationals, and so you've seen your sibling do it. But we're just so proud of you, and I just champion your effort. Other students, like Jane, you're going to do the Future Business Leaders of America. You're going to state. So these skills are going to also, they're complementary to what you're about to undertake. So thank you everyone for being here. And I have to tell you, I went back and I watched your live interviews from the Gauntlet yesterday, and Chapman, you thanking your mom and saying that she's your biggest inspiration because she's a professional, and or you, Brooks, talking about your dad, or whoever it was really just really beautiful to see who you look up to and why you are the way you are. So don't ever let anyone take that away from you. This is really just a fun way to, again, practice these skills. So I have not seen any of these, but I can tell you that in 8th place, you can just maybe step forward, is Robert Liam Getta. Good job. I feel like this is appropriate to apply, but his father is an attorney as well, and that is his trial jacket. So it's a lucky jacket. In 7th place is someone who I hope that they're very surprised by this, but we are not, Randall Martini. Next up, we have, and this student has done this before, but yesterday was the first time they moved on past the first round, and then they made it past the second round, and at this point they've made it past the third round. So help me congratulate David and Hosa. Really awesome. Next up, did y'all see that? Did you see that? No? Okay. That person who I said these skills are really going to help, Jane David. Jane made it to one of the rounds last year, and they didn't know what they were going to have to do, but they had to let an employee go. But right before they did, the judge gave them a box and said, please open it. It said, world's best boss. And they had to navigate that on the fly. So you made it to that one. That was a lot of fun. And that was Matt Manning who helped us with that. Next up is Evelyn James. After that, we have Zoe Garza. Also going to state for FBLA, and this is really a lot of what she's going to be doing, so that's going to help quite a bit. So we have 2 left. Don't know who they are, but in 2nd place, right, for this round, 117 points. Brooks. one of the last things I heard Brooke talking about, I think with you on the end, I'm sorry, what was your name? Corrigan, was Disney. And he sounded so excited about it. Yeah. Yes. And then in first place for this round with 118 points, Chapman Dodd. Y'all go ahead and step forward too, because this round belongs to you as much as it does to me. So that is so exciting. Thank you, everybody. Again, thank you, judges, and thank you to the viewers. I mentioned that we were live streaming as well. Stella, Matthew, wave to everybody over here. Thank you all so much, and that'll conclude our live broadcast this morning. Congratulations. Some of you have said that you're going to stay back and help us work, put some things away this morning, but again, would you like to take a photograph? Okay, excellent. All right, we'll go upstairs. Yeah, we'll do the stairs, and that'll be kind of an easy way. So students will start.
Alrighty, guys, so now you have found out who is going to move on to round 4. So in a few seconds, we will be interviewing 2 of the contestants that are going to move on, and so please stay tuned to see what they're going to say. Hi everybody, I'm here with Zoe and Chapman and Matthew and Miss Loving. And so I have a question for them too. What was your favorite conversation you had with the judge?
You can go first. Okay. My favorite conversation was definitely with Miss Hilliard. She was so nice. She was so kind. And we were talking about how I wanted to become a marine biologist whenever I'm older. And she offered me the summer at the aquarium.
Wow.
She said that if I ever am interested in it, that she will hook me up. So that was really awesome.
I told you you're going to make connections today.
Yes.
That's fantastic.
I'm very grateful for meeting her.
And you, Chapman?
Me personally, it was Miss Hunter. I actually personally know her, and it was really nice to talk to her in a professional setting. And she was just so nice. She was welcoming, and it wasn't like, it didn't feel like you were talking to a judge. It felt like you were talking to a normal person that you would just meet on the street.
Love that, yeah.
And I have a question for y'all. So were you two like confident that you'd make it, or were you kind of like not sure? And what about you? Do you think you'd win?
I always look at my scorecard, whatever I do, and when I saw my scores, I was pretty sure I would make it, but I did not think I was going to win. I thought I was going to go to Brooks, Randall, Evelyn, but I was pleasantly surprised when I did win.
Yeah, I definitely was not expecting this. The only reason why I was gonna do it this year was practice for FBLA, and so this was like just cake for me. And then when I looked at my scorecards and I went in and I was like, you know what? Who cares? You know what? I made it this far. I didn't even make it past round 1 last year, so it was very exciting to be here. So I'm very happy and very grateful for this opportunity.
Well,
We're really happy
congratulations
for
to
y'all.
y'all.
Thank you.
We're rooting y'all on from the little corner back there.
When I asked, or when I mentioned that you had 17 minutes and 30 seconds, you in the room said, that's easy, that's cake. So, but not everyone got to all the judges. So how many judges did both of you get to, and was it easy to navigate that time?
I got to all of them because I spent like 4 minutes with that judge in the corner, and I barely got to Miss Catherine over there, but I was able to talk to her for 30 seconds, and I think I made a good impression on her.
That's great.
Yeah, I too, I got to go to all the judges, but I wasn't even like, I was kind of worried about the time, but then when I was talking, I didn't even pay attention to the time. And so I got through kind of early, so then I kind of was just talking to a judge for a little longer, but it was nice. It wasn't, didn't feel rushed.
Well, congratulations to the both
Yeah,
of y'all. I'm so
thank you.
excited that y'all get to go to round 4. And so thank y'all for tuning in, and bye.
Bye.